Most of us think of Instagram as just an app for sharing photos, but Marshall McLuhan would argue that Instagram is doing something much bigger than that. He famously said the medium is the message, meaning that technology itself matters more than the content inside of it. Today, I'm going to use Instagram as an example to show what that actually means. Most of us think that Instagram is just an app for sharing photos, but Marshall McLuhan would argue that Instagram is doing something much bigger than that. He famously said the medium is the message, meaning technology itself matters more than the content inside of it. Today, I'm going to use Instagram as an example to show what that actually means. When McLuhan says that the medium is the message, he's saying that the form of technology shapes how we think, act, and interact with others. The message isn't just what's posted, it's how the medium changes behavior over time. Even if the content changes, the effects of the medium stay pretty constant. So, why does this matter? This matters because most of the time we only focus on what we see on social media, specific posts, influencers, or trends. But McClellan argues that the real impact happens in the background. Media quietly reshapes habits and values without us even noticing. Instagram isn't neutral. Its design choices like likes, stories, and scrolling, it shapes how we use it. The app isn't just delivering content, it's encouraging certain behaviors. Instagram rewards visibility and engagement. Likes, views, and comments become measurable signals of value. Endless scrolling keeps users engaged longer, and because it's visual first, appearance becomes central to communication. So the message of Instagram isn't any one photo. The message is is that being seen as equals is valued. Over time, the platform teaches us that users matter by what it rewards. McClellan later writes, like Fetterman talks about, something called the ground, which is everything that we don't notice. With Instagram, the ground includes things like constant comparison, pressure to curate an image, and checking for validation without even thinking about it. These effects are structural changes because they change societal norms. Posting, editing, and monitoring reactions becomes normal behavior. Over time, this changes how people understand identity and social interaction. One example of this is self-image. Instagram encourages people to treat themselves like content. Photos are edited, moments are staged, and identity becomes something that's constantly managed and presented. Another example is how Instagram changes communication. Stories disappear after 24 hours, which normalizes immediacy and impermanence. This shifts expectations around attention and response time. These are unanticipated consequences. Instagram wasn't created to increase anxiety or validation-seeking behaviors, but those effects emerge because of how the medium interacts with social and cultural conditions. This brings us back to McLaughlin's idea. Regardless of what content you consume, the structure of Instagram still shapes attention, identity, and value. That's why he says the medium is the message. We often miss these effects because the content distracts us. It's easier to blame individual posts or users than to question the platform itself. And the main takeaway is that Instagram doesn't just reflect society, it actively reshapes it. The real message of Instagram is how it changes the way we see ourselves and each other. And these are the sources I use, including McLaughlin and Fetterman, along with my visual examples. Thank you.